Okay, so we are live now, but we're just going to take a moment to share it out, both of us, so our friends and families know. And I'm going to take a second to make it public. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay. At my side, it's done. What about your side? Is it done?
Perfect. I just waited that it's public on your page. So now I
Yeah.
see it and I will share it to the co-create page and my public page.
I just published it out, so yeah. So guys, hello everybody and welcome to our show. Thank you so much for being here with us. Today I have Hansi. No idea how to pronounce the second name, so I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it wrong, but I'm gonna learn something new today. So how do I pronounce the second name?
Hi, I'm Hansi Herzog.
Herzog, right?
Yes, right.
Oh yeah, that's actually a very different way to pronounce it.
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
I was saying that this is actually a different way. I thought maybe it's like Herzog or something, but it's like Herzog. So yeah, nice name. It's very unique.
Thank you.
Okay.
Raheen Fatima is very unique to me.
Ah, yes, it is. Raheen actually means obedient. So my parents were very smart when they were parents, when they became parents. They were like, you know what, let's name our child obedient so they grow up to be one. Oh, nice. Okay, so well, let's get started with your introduction and then we can dive into your life and how all this co-creation is going on and how it should be going on. Because our topic for today is co-creation, everybody.
So shall I start to introduce myself?
Yeah, for sure. Go ahead. Take it away.
So hi, I'm Hansi Herzog. I'm 31 years old, living in Austria, the last 3 years in Vienna. I'm a social entrepreneur working regarding to co-creation, cooperation, and community building for sustainable development and lifestyles. And the last 3 years I'm working on the project Co-Create, the global solution ecosystem, and we'll start a campaign on the 1st of January 2021, and I'm excited to tell you more about that. And I'm very, very happy to be invited from Raheen to this podcast and reaching out to you. As I hear it, quite big part of the audience is youth. And that's awesome because I'm kind of grown up and still not too far away from my youth time. And I think it's a very, very important time where we can set a lot for your future path. And yeah, I think we will figure out more about myself and my path during the interview. So I'm looking forward to your questions, Raheen.
Yeah, so just before my first question, somebody in the audience saying that you look sleepy. Actually, I feel that I might look sleepy, although I am very energetic. It's the fact that because I've been part of Torch event, that's the conference that's been like 5 days long. So I have slept like very less because the time difference from me and America. The thing is, I am, but like the part of time I'm living in America. Just suppose that because I've been up like until 3 in the morning, and then I was up morning as well. So I think that is why I look that way. But I feel I'm so beautiful. Yeah. So I think let's start with your childhood because I feel childhood is something really important in a child or like a normal even grown man's life because it kind of like shapes your beliefs in a way because there's certain things that you develop at that point and then you can't just change it. And also I feel that the bringing up how it is would really affect you as a person. Like my bringing up might be very different than yours. Yes, there's similarities because we're here to talk about something that we both are very equally passionate about, co-creation. So how was your early years and how many siblings you have?
Thank you for the question. So I think there are three main parts influenced my future's path. So first is my father worked in the forest. So I was very early connected to nature already.
Hmm.
Leaded me also to join the Boy Scouts with I think 6 years. So I really have a deep, deep connection to nature, and this was growing over time. So with around 20, I went more into gardening and permaculture, and I really see a red line in this. The second big influence was after a while, my father started a company. So he became an entrepreneur, and he always had this passion to grow himself and to gain, yeah, and to grow, to progress. So I really learned this very early on to develop myself, to progress, and to want to achieve something. And everything what we learn can be something good and also something challenging. So over my last years, I always had the big luck to have something in myself pushing me forward. At the same time, it was something bring me into big struggling to take enough recovery time for myself. So there's really a big push from my childhood in myself to develop something. And the third part, the co-creation or the community orientation definitely came or arises through me joining a lot of groups. So I was part of, so let's say, community building and as well as leadership, because often in groups I took on leadership roles. So I was at the Boy Scouts. Then in my youth, I had a phase where I was close to Christianity. So I was in a child youth organization, and also later on in school and so on, I was always in projects, in groups, wanted to develop something and chasing for dreams. Yes.
I
Um,
see.
that's my childhood. Other steps came later in the youth, but I think that are the three major influences in my childhood.
I see. So you're from Austria, am I right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Now tell me, what to you is co-creation? What is your definition of co-creation?
That's a good question. I was going into this topic, what it mean co-creation or collaboration or cooperation, because there are different words meaning something very similar. And for me, it's always the idea of together we can create more. So we have the term of co. Co is the syllable of we as humans need each other and we can create something bigger together. We can reach something nobody can reach alone. And yeah, that's the biggest thing that we need each other and we can really create nice, beautiful, big things if we help each other. And we really need each other because nowadays we live in a more and more individual time period, and we sometimes forget that we really need each other.
Yeah. And that is something, you know, being together can make also the time spent very worth it. Like concentrated work when there's two people working in like on the same thing, it's better. And yet, when you're trying to achieve sustainable development, if you're trying to target the sustainable development goals, especially, I feel like without partnerships, without collaborations, that just isn't possible. Because peace comes when you're more acceptive of people, acceptive to work with them, to work the towards the betterment of other people, the wellness of people around the world. That be any aspect, right? That can be many aspects. So I feel like that is really important. Now, what do you think right now as for the COVID-19? How is important co-creation in this COVID time?
Yeah, I think during Corona, co-creation is quite difficult or changed because I experienced co-creation more on a personal level than digital. I have been facilitating and moderating a lot of events where people can come together and build relations. And I think that changed a little bit through the shift more into the online world.
Yeah.
It's harder to build real connections on the one side, but at the other side, we are pushed forward to open up to the global community because we are more online now, and this gives us the possibility to to connect to various people around the world.
Mm-hmm.
And regarding Corona, I think I haven't spent too much time on the topic of co-creating solutions for Corona, but
Mm-hmm.
especially the time after Corona. So my topic is how we can create a better society or a more sustainable society. And as
Mm-hmm.
we know, Corona will pass on over time, but there will
Yeah.
follow bigger and more problems, which anyway would have come up, but they might be harder and more pressing after Corona. So I think then over the next years, it will be very, very crucial in different fields of life that we are able to co-create. Otherwise, we cannot survive.
Yes. And I feel that is so true. And this actually leads me to the next question that I have. As to how has this the social media impacted co-creation and collaborations, because I feel like we've collaborated for an interview, right? And if we have, and if the internet wasn't there or something, I feel that I'd have to travel all the way to Austria, you'd have to come all the way to Pakistan in order to just meet, let alone have an interview, right? And being friends, sharing information with each other. And then, as I always, this is like a wish or like a compliment that I give to all the new friends, all the two people that make new friends. I'm like, may this friendship lead to future collaboration, because that is the ultimate goal of, I feel like, every friendship, to work together towards a solution to a problem. So, what do you feel like social media, especially Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, has made the impact on all this co-creation and collaboration that we're talking about?
Yeah, that's a good question because it's tackling something where I'm really focused on with my project Co-Create, and that's the topic of infrastructure. So we as change makers, we need infrastructure to do our work as best as possible. So Facebook and other social media platforms fill in or provide the function of communication, organizing groups and so on. So it's really, really crucial to have these tools to get in connection. That's the one side. But I think to really make a deep transformation, we need better tools for do that. Because to be honest, we use tools coming out of the capitalistic economy to change this economy. And of course, they are not developed to really provide collaboration functions. There are other tools, of course. So I think it's very good that we had a first step with these tools, but to go further, we need new tools or at least find the tools which already exist.
Hmm.
That's the one thing. And the other thing is still as change makers, as activists, as social entrepreneurs, we also have to use the old or common tools to reach our audience. Because change makers often see themselves in a social bubble. They're communicating within a social bubble and don't reach to the broader audience. And I think that's will be very crucial for participate and empower people which are not yet connected to the social movement.
Yeah, and that is so true, because although there's like 8 billion of us almost now, and we have many people on Facebook or on Instagram, or not many on LinkedIn, by the way. But if we do, I feel that we should be reaching an impact, just like impacting a bigger audience, the people that are underprivileged. You cannot just run a social media campaign about how people in, I don't know, like XYZ place don't get enough food. Not go to them and then you will have to do that, something that is pretty much necessary, or have your connections there through the internet, so that many people a bit I mean, like, maybe there would be able to connect to you somehow, because we need the real voices coming out, right? And now you also mentioned community building, which is something that's really intrigues me, by the way. I mean, just saying, I am the Me the Ambassador, which is a board game that is promoting the community building for sustainable communities and sustainable living. And I'm the brand ambassador, so I'm so proud of that. Now tell me, what do you think about collaborations and co-creation within a same and a very particular community?
Mhm. Um, Yeah, I think there are two kinds you said already within. So I think if you see a community or a social bubble, there's always the connection outside the bubble and the connection within. So there is a sociological term, it's like bridging is outside and bonding inside. And the bonding is, of course, very, very important because it gains trust, it gains alignment, and this is really the basic for good, sustainable collaboration. And therefore, if you're interested, I can really recommend the community building canvas. You can find it online. It's like a business canvas. You have different fields and questions you can go through to define your community. And it really helps to set everything up so you can grow deeper relationships. And yeah, I think that's really, really important to build deep relations for deep trust, and as well at the same time, of course, the bridging function to reach out to other social bubbles, because as stronger a community grows, it can happen that they close their borders, their boundaries, and it's then harder for other people to join in, and that can be a problem as well.
Yes. And I feel that that is something so true. Now that, I mean, we decided that you'll have the last 7 minutes, although we're reaching that point now until our 20 minutes kind of like place. But before that, I want to say, everybody who's watching and everybody who's commenting, I really, really appreciate that. Although I would love if you guys can ask any questions related to co-creation or anything, honestly, about our guest, because I hope he doesn't mind. I asked him, before the interview, something that you might not want to share. So he said, nothing. I'm very open. So you can ask him about anything. And please go on, because I'm also a human being. I run out of questions as well. So please help me in that area. And just so we'll also be reading your comments, because we have it. I always read all my comments after any show, right? So now the 7 minutes go to you, and you may begin with your guided meditation. I think that is what it is. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Raheen, for the conversation yet, and maybe we can come back to the comments afterwards.
Yeah.
So right now, I'm very happy to use the chance Raheen gave me to invite you to a guided meditation, a guided vision journey, because my topic is co-creation for a good life for all. And when we talk about a good life for all, it's important that you know what is your good life. So it's about envisioning a life which is fulfilling what we want to live in, so we can be dragged to it. And so I'm inviting you to this meditation. It will take around 7 minutes. And please just follow my voice. And I'm inviting you now to close your eyes. And we will take three deep breaths before we go into this place in the future. So And by the next breath, you're breathing into yourself, in your body, connecting your mind, your heart, and your soul. By breathing out, you find yourself sitting in a grass. You sit in nice, beautiful grass on a hill, and when you stand up and look around, you see a scene down of the hill. It's a settlement in 5 years from now, 2025. And you can feel that something very special is on this situation. It's your good life. I'm inviting you, imagine what kind of settlement is it? What is the place of your good life? Is it a small village with a lot of nature? Or maybe a big city with a lot of technology? And you feel yourself dragged to this place. It's very easy to follow your feet down the hill and diving into this scene. So look around, what do you see? How does it feel, your good life? What kind of people are there? Is it loud? Maybe a lot of people on the streets having fun and joy together with a lot of children. Maybe it's very quiet and calm. How do you want to live? When you look around, how the people are moving around, are they walking, having bicycles, or are there a lot of cars? Maybe flying cars? When you imagine what do the people eat, is it very delicious food from surrounding gardens? It's high quality. How do people learn there? Crowded classrooms, or are there children on the streets learning from the people around? And as you move through this settlement and feeling this very special for you, come to a stand in front of a building. And you realize that's your place of work, your workshop. What is it? Is it like mechanic garage? Is it an office, a studio, or a shop? Imagine, what are you doing there? What is your contribution to creating this place of a good life? What is fulfilling you? How do you express and contribute to this community? And I'm inviting you, with this realization, slowly coming back to the here and now. When you're asking yourself, what place was this? It was co-create. And what time is it to start to build this reality? The time is now. So come back in the here and now and slowly open your eyes again. So it's co-create, and the time is now. With these words, we would like to invite you to the campaign we are starting. Because our organization sees the 1st of January 2021 as the first day of our future, where we come together as a world community to co-create the reality we would like to live in. So please take a look if you're interested, www.cocreate.network, or just follow us on Facebook, and we would be happy to see you and you and you and you to create the beautiful life we all need and deserve. So thank you
Oh,
for.
that was very amazing. I mean, it was an amazing experience, I would like to say, because um, for a while now, there's this, there's kind of this feeling that I have about a place which is very sustainable, a place which is very nice, and it's honestly, I really just felt it coming up, like it's like I don't know, my way I was running down the hill, but depends on the person. And everybody recognized me there though, and everybody was really welcoming. There were children, all loved, no orphanages, because everybody that might have lost their parents, everybody was taken in with with the everybody was open to the all the positive energy around. And just kind of like ignored the negative one, which is not so much, by the way. So I feel it was really nice. It was like all technology. I even saw like a bearded farm, which is weird, and him face calling his family, and FaceTiming his family, and it was so fun to watch. So I feel these envisions that I might have been having, they're really linked to co-creation, which I might not, because community building sustainability I know, but co-creation I see now, I kind of like join all the dots, right? So I would be very, very happy if in our private chat you'll be able to drop a link right now so I can post, so I can have it up on the screen. Because I honestly am very passionate about this topic, and as that this experience that I've had, it's only made me more into the topic. So this is the link that you sent me is one, right?
Yes, it's www.cocreate.network, and you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube through the hashtag CoCreateNet. And yeah, through the next days and weeks, we will publish more information to the campaign. It's brand new, and latest on the 1st of January, the doors are open, and you can come in and start to co-create with us the ecosystem and the reality we dream about. So, and I'm
Yeah,
very happy that you said you felt this good life, because this having the feeling, having this picture we want to go is so much more important than pushing away from something we don't want to. That's also important to know, but it's much more important to have this vision, the good feeling, so we can be
yeah.
dragged to.
Yeah, so I got these banners up, okay, guys. So this is on Facebook and Instagram. This is how you can get the hashtags and stuff to make it cool. And you also have the website, the link, right? So you can't copy it off, but you can write it down, so it's gonna be on the screen anyway. Thank you so much for coming. Honestly, it was an amazing, I would say, an experience being here with you. It was honestly amazing, and I would love if we can do more sessions, maybe to topics surrounding co-creation, or just focusing, because this was kind of vaguely co-creation, right? We can dive in deep into the ocean and find us an octopus. I don't know, but we can do all those sort of things. It's I feel very blessed by God and by Mark Zuckerberg for having Facebook, that we are now connected, right? uh, Honestly, nowadays I have to say it out, right? That is pretty much important now. I owe the friendship to him as well, at some to some extent. So thank you so much everybody for watching. Thank you so much everybody for commenting. It was honestly amazing, and I hope that we can have more sessions. If not like this, something else, right? So yeah, thank you so much. Any last words that you might want to say, and then we can say bye bye and welcome our new session.
Yeah, I would like to thank you, Raheen. It was a pleasure to get to know you, and thank you for your invitation. And I'm really, really looking forward to our next conversations. I'm really looking forward to broadcast also you and your story in an interview with me in the other direction in January. I'm looking forward to that. And thank you also for all the people who watched this video, commented, And yeah, it feels good to be connected with you as a person in Pakistan. I'm in Austria. So that's the world community, isn't it? So
It
let's
is.
be.
So thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everybody. And inshallah, we'll be seeing you in our next podcast.